With the increase in gas drilling activities with the Marcellus Shale formation that's been going on in West Virginia, we're seeing a dramatic rise in serious injuries and deaths that are occurring in the drilling rigs or in and around those rigs. One such case was a very young man. I think he was only 30 years old, maybe a little less than that, who had a wife and child by that wife and 3 other children by a previous marriage. And the poor guy had only been on the job, I think, for about a month or so. And there was this collapse of the drilling rig while he was up on one of the booms up high. And another 2 men were actually killed in that disaster. And afterwards, what we were able to find out was that the drilling company had completely ignored the installation manuals and recommendations for these drilling rigs because they're so high that they have to be anchored off on the sides every so often and out a certain distance. Well, what this company had done, because they didn't want to cut any more into the hillside, they ended up making this a short cable. It didn't go out as far as it was supposed to. Plus, they stuck it into a natural spring so that it didn't have the staying power that you would have if you got down into good solid ground. And once we were able to prove that, we reached a very, very favorable settlement for my client. It was a settlement that is going to provide and make sure that her child will not want for an education. It provided them with the resources to get a new home and to be able to live closer to her family, which will enable her to get a job because where she was so far away that she couldn't arrange babysitting. So by being close to her family, she'll be able to have babysitting, she'll be able to go back to school, and she'll be able to get a new job and start her life all over again. The other 3 children by his prior marriage also will never want for a good education, and they will receive some annuity payments for a very, very, very long time. Those are the kinds of cases that are especially gratifying when you see that breadwinner who's responsible for so many young children. When you're able to replace that income, it doesn't replace them, but at least it takes some of that worry about the future off of their minds and brings them that a little bit of closure on that kind of a death.